Okay, so we just read, and by we I mean me, I just read about Jacob waking from his sleep. But let's give you some context, right? So Jacob and Esau, twin brothers, had some interesting conflict by which Jacob stole both a blessing and a birthright from Esau. Esau mentioned that he was going to kill his brother. His mom said, Rebecca said, I think you should get out of Dodge for a little while. Why don't you go visit my brother, Laban, and his kids? Good luck to you. So Jacob sets off, and he is running away. I mean, he's running away. But then right before he gets to Laban's, there's this interesting passage that we just read. I'll give you a little bit more of the backstory. So Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. He came upon a certain place and stopped there for the night. For the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of that place, he put it under his head and lay down in that place. He had a dream. A stairway was set on the ground, and its top reached to the sky, and messengers of God were going up and down on it. And standing beside him was Adonai, who said, I am Adonai, the God of your father Abraham's house, and the God of Isaac's house. The ground on which you are lying I will assign to you and to your offspring. Your descendants shall be as the dust of the earth. You shall spread out to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. All the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you and your descendants. Remember, I am with you. I will protect you wherever you go and will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. And then the part that I read. Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, surely Adonai is present in this place, and I didn't know it. Shaken, he said, how awesome is this place? This is none other than the abode of God, and that is a gateway to heaven. So I want to ask you guys a question to start off. Do you remember what happens, what experience Jacob has when he's leaving Laban at the end of the 14 years? He has another kind of mystical experience, very dramatic, also involving a heavenly figure.
The wrestling match.
Yeah, the wrestling match with God.
Yeah.
So these are kind of bookends, right? God or God's messenger talks to Jacob in a dream, talking about the seeing angels going up and going down, getting the promise that is renewed to him as he is being kicked out and running away, wondering if he'll ever be able to return. And then at the very end, God, a messenger of God, Jacob wrestles with this being until the being gives him a new name, Yisrael, the one who struggles with God, which is from where we get our name, Yisrael, the people of Israel, the people who struggle with God. So I'm just struck by this image of the messengers. Malachim is a word that we actually talked about in class, Helen and Ron. Malachim technically means messengers, but it's also the word for angels. And there is this sort of blur in the Torah between the angels as being God's representative and God's self. So God will start talking to someone, or an angel will start talking to someone, and then the person will respond back to God, or the other way around. So there's this sort of idea that that the angels, these messengers, are a component of God that we can understand, that we can interact with. And there's something about this image of a staircase. So the word sulam that they use for the word staircase is hapax legomenon. You can take that one to the bank. That means it is a word that is only found in one place in the Bible. Hapax legomenon. I had a classmate who was obsessed with that word, so I will never forget it. Hapax legomenon, I have no idea how to spell it. Hapax legomenon.
Hapax
It's gonna be super embarrassing if I'm saying it wrong, so.
Hapax
Hapax legomenon. Okay, we're getting stuck. Okay. Let's focus. So they translate it as, right here it's translated as stairway. It's also translated some places as a ramp or translated as a ladder. We don't really know. Some of the commentaries were saying that it's like a zuggernaut. Do you guys know that word?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, another 25-cent word. So it's
Like a
one of these
spiral.
ancient spiral creations. I think they
Fortress.
were big in ancient times. It's supposed to be
it's a
what the
fortress.
Tower of Babel is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a zuggernaut. So you're supposed to, God's supposed to be on top, to be able to commune with everyone. It's a very pagan idea, so of course the Jews had to take it and make it different and special and change the word so nobody really knows what it means. But it's still this image of the angels going up and the angels coming down. There's a question, why doesn't it say the angels coming down and the angels going up? Right? I mean, you think that they originate in heaven or the realm of God. Wouldn't they come down and then go up? So there's this midrash that angels, that the angels are with us all the time. Right, that ever is a messenger of God, sort of in our presence, and that the messengers of God start on earth with us. So if Jacob left the land and came to this place and lay down, and the stairway, zuggernaut, ladder, ramp appeared in his dream, that the angel would have already been with Jacob, and so it would have climbed up before the other ones could climb down. And the reason that struck me this week, was because it means that when Jacob was at his lowest and thought he was alone and cast out, and perhaps never to be returned to his family, there was an angel present with him at that moment. And in order for him to be made aware of it, he had to sleep, and he had to be open to seeing this dream of the angel going up, and then more angels could come down. And it was at that point that he ends up having this communication by God about what his future will be, something that he can latch onto that can bring him hope. And I'm hoping for us that we can all find a moment this week, today, the Shabbat, to find some calm. And it could be wherever. Remember, he's in the middle of the wilderness. He didn't think this place was holy. This was just any old place. And he lay down to sleep any old place and was able to have this moment of revelation that there had always been an angel with him that would ascend and then would be open to bringing more angels down to accompany him into this next challenging stage of his life, and would meet up with him again when he came out for another challenging phase of his life. So that is my prayer, that we can all see our angels and really feel them in our hearts.
Amen.